All right, now we've been through the lag putting. We've moved into that 15-foot range to make that birdie putt. But now I've missed the green and I've chipped it in there in this notorious 3-foot range. And I want to talk to you a little bit about philosophy here to start with, and then give you an idea on how to use that philosophy to make your 3-foot putts. I think the best putters, whether they realize it or not, are developing a way that they're going to hit the vast majority of their 3-foot to 4-foot putts. They know they can hit them straight, and they go to the putting green and practice how they're going to hit that putt. They rehearse it, and they're comfortable with the way they're going to try to play and how hard they're going to hit those putts today. So what I want you to do is I want you to go out on the putting green, get about that 3- and 4-foot range, and I want you to develop your 3-foot and 4-foot putting stroke. I want you to have the way that you're definitely going to play those putts today. Now, with that in mind, you'll most likely hit all of those 3-foot and 4-foot putts with a speed that will make the ball go relatively straight. Now, there are going to be some exceptions to this. You're going to find you're going to get a putt that's really on a side hill, and you have to use a little touch and feel there to try to get a sense of how much the putt's going to break. But I want you to get into the mindset that you're only going to let the ball break. I don't want you thinking you got to play the break. I want you to be getting to a point to where you're going to let it break if you have to. But in these shorter putts, I don't want you to have to let it break. I want you to have the philosophy that you're going to hit the ball with a little speed and try to play as straight as putt as you can. Now, with that in mind, I think if we take this and we move it into the hole, that I want you to begin to think about on these 3- and 4-footers that you're not reading the break, you're aiming the putt. So if you think about this, we can take the hole here and we can break it down into 4 separate areas. On the high side, we have quarter A, quarter B, quarter C, and on the low side, quarter D. What I want you to be able to start thinking about is I don't want you making putts in section D. If you're making putts in section D, you're not getting as many putts in the hole as you probably could. So I want you to begin to think about making these putts in section A and B and letting the ball fall towards C. Now, with that in mind, what we're talking about then is I'm going to go out on the putting green, find a putt that might have a little bit of drift one way or the other, not break, but just a slight movement one way or the other, and begin to aim the ball into A and B. The A and B section will always be on the high side of the putt. The C portion of the hole is going to be on the back low, and the D will be in the front low. So we want to aim the ball in the A and B side, give ourselves as much of the hole as we can, aim the ball in the A and D side, and hit it with the speed that we've developed on the putting green that's going to keep the ball going to the center of the hole. Okay? So, with that in mind, I can now begin to aim my short putts versus read them. Now, a very key underlying portion of what we're doing here is your ability to develop that 3- and 4-foot putt stroke, because I want you to be real comfortable over it, knowing what you're going to do, and I think you'll have a better chance of staying relaxed and being able not to get that little pull stroke in there and be able to make more 3- and 4-foot putts, which is going to save you pars and make those dead-end birdies. So, again, just to summarize here, we're going to play them very aggressive. We want to be able to aim in that A and B portion of the hole to let it drift towards C. Be aggressive, play as straight as putt as possible, but most importantly, I want you in charge of how much it's going to break. You're going to control the amount of break you play here by hitting it firm and making sure that you only allow it to break only when you want it to.